Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakak Radash, from the prophets in Babylon out of the Waco, Texas camp, affiliated with the branch of prophets in Babylon, Tampa Bay, Florida. I'm your brother Atiat. I'd like to give a special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone. Those fine, sincere brothers who teach well and who rule well and are great examples to us brothers out here. And peace and salutations to the elect. May the blessing of election be upon your household. Lesson for today: continue to be circumspect and vigilant. We're in some evil times. And Lord willing, I hope and pray that this will be edifying. So, there are brothers who have been doing videos, talking about being more circumspect. And the times are beginning to become more evil. They've always been evil, but you can see through the spirit, and understanding, being given the blessing and the spirit to understand the prophecies, how times are changing and things are increasingly getting more evil as we go on through it. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to be with us, Lord willing. And, but at the same time, we have to be circumspect. We have to be vigilant, So without further delay, I'm going to go into some scriptures to read. Here's Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Verse 17, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. The Lord is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, which means He is or He exists. And then you have the Son's name, which is Yahweh Shai, which means He that delivers. So, even though the Lord has us, that's faith knowing that He has us. We still have to walk circumspectly. Be mindful. When you're going out to work or whatever you got to go do, pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that He gets you to your destination, and back, and be thankful to Yahweh Hashem for doing that. When you get there to wherever you're getting to, be thankful and pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that He gets you to where you're going, because it's a lot going on out here. And if you're not paying attention, you can get caught up in it. We just had a brother up in California who got cut up the other day by some other guy. I don't know if he was from another camp, what have you, but just all, Lord willing, the brother be okay. I believe he will be, but all of them, but it's like a reminder to know to keep circumspect, to keep vigilant, walk wisely, not as fools, as the scriptures say, So, we got to worry about, you got to deal with Esau and what he's doing, but you also got to worry, be mindful of these jakes as well, because these jakes out here, they're up to no good neither. There was a brother just gave a testimony to where it was another Jake had talked to him. I guess he was walking down the street. A brother was walking down the street, and Jake told him, he said, hey, there's a particular car that's riding around, and it's, these guys are robbing people, so, be careful, pay attention, so, through the spirit, the brother believed it was an angel warning him. And it just so happened that the brother happened to see the car that the guy had warned him about, and it went right past him. So that's a confidence booster that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is watching over His men, man. We got to continue doing the work. We got to continue doing what we need to do to stay in good standing with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you know? So that's a faith booster. Uh, First Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Yeah, and so the times that we're living in, this is what this devil is up to, you know, talking about Esau. But then you can put our people in that same situation, the 2/3, because they're in that mindset too. You know, they're in the spirit that this rulership is under. You know, they're in that same spirit, and they'll get you just as well as Esau will. You know, so you have to be mindful, constantly pray to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, day and night. Like the scriptures say, give him no rest. So we have to give Yahweh Hashem no rest when we do this. And I'm speaking first and foremost with myself as well. So Lord willing, I hope and pray that this was an edifying lesson to you brothers and you few sisters out there. And once again, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakak, Radash. Special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Until the next time, Lord willing, I'll say shalom.